This is actually one of my favorites, and it's a slice of life anime. Hello guys, and welcome back to Dylan's Little Hobbies. And in today's video we are talking about none other than probably one of, I'm not even kidding, the best anime stories I've seen in a long time. And it's crazy to say that because I'm more into action animes. I really am. Like we just got done reviewing the Shaman King. That was really awesome. I really enjoy Attack on Titan and stuff like that. I enjoy action animes, but you know what? Every now and again I get a little bit bored and I'm like, you know what? Let's just see what this anime is about. Let's see if it's any good. Especially if it's on Netflix, you never know what you're gonna get. You never get something in the middle. You either get something great or something terrible. And I've seen some terrible anime on Netflix, which I will never review, but I've seen some also really good anime, and something that I found interesting about it is it kind of reminds me of March Like a Lion. It reminds me of March Like a Lion. However, unlike March Like a Lion, which, yeah, I enjoy March Like a Lion, I really did, but that show put me to sleep. Like, I love the story, I love the characters, I love the art, beautiful animation. I could go on and on about it. I did a review for March Like a Lion a long time ago. You guys can go check that out. Maybe I'll put a link to it somewhere at the end of this video if I remember to. But March Like a Lion has one major issue. While it's a great story and I love it, and it's about chess, Japanese chess, which is shogi, fantastic, it's boring as hell. It's boring as hell. So here we go, we're watching The Forest of Pianos. It's about slice of life piano players. And at first, you kind of think, okay, this is gonna be, again, boring as hell, but I was actually really entertained by it, and something that I just really liked about it was the music. Oh my god, the music is insane. So, you know, I'm not really into piano music. Of course, I know about Beethoven and all of the others, you know, they get, like, seriously, it's like a meme. Just about every single, when you have a kid, you get the baby some Beethoven piano music on, like, a disc, right? Yeah, I used to listen to that kind of stuff as a little baby too. I've heard a lot of Shakespeare music as well as Beethoven music and all the other piano music. I'm just not a piano guy, even though they tried to make me one. But the music in this show is gorgeous. And honestly, if you're just not into music anime, this'll bore you. I can understand someone being bored, and honestly, I was watching this a couple times when it was late at night. I want to go to bed. I'm tired, but it's not late enough for me to go to bed. So I'm just sitting there listening to music. It did play me to sleep a few times, not because it was boring, but because, one, I was super tired, but two, it was super beautiful, and it's just so relaxing. This anime is so relaxing. I loved the music, and the animation on the hand movements to playing the piano is insane. Like, I wouldn't say it's, and I know this is gonna sound a little ridiculous. But I mean, like, has anyone seen Coco? Come on, who hasn't seen Coco? Coco and their finger movements on the guitars are the animation on that guitar, the finger movements in Coco is insane to watch. It's so well done. And I think this is second only to that. Coco still beats it out when it comes to hand animation on the guitars. Like, a lot of the times whenever you see anime, especially anime about music, all they kind of do is they kind of wiggle their arms and they go like this. Like, they don't actually animate real finger, like they don't actually animate real finger positions or anything like that. And I really enjoyed, unless of course they're doing close-up shots, but I really enjoyed that in this, they almost do, that in this, they almost do the CGI tech, but it blends in so well with the hand-drawn animation almost, that it's almost flawless whenever he's playing the piano. You can, unfortunately, and this is the only downfall, you can tell it's CGI. It's way too obvious to be CGI. Like, that's the only thing I'd say. Again, it does flow very well with the 2D animation, but you can tell that that's CGI. It's not that well done. It's enough to compliment it, but you could tell it's CGI, which that of course isn't good, because when you're watching anime, you want something to be CGI. You want it to blend in with the anime so much that you don't notice it's CGI. And unfortunately, while the CGI is fantastic, with its animation and hand movements and everything on the pianos, unfortunately, yeah, you can tell it's CGI. But it's still really cool. It's still really cool what this anime was able to do. Now, this is another Netflix anime. It's based off a manga, I believe. And what is the main story here? I actually liked the main story a lot more than the piano music, in fact. The main story is about this kid named Kai and his friend Shuhei. He's a little boy, you know. He's growing up with his mom, and you know, he's growing up in the slumps. His mom doesn't have a lot of money, and all he has to make him happy is this old piano that he found in the forest. Literally found in the forest. And people think that, you know, the forest piano can't play. No one can hear the piano play, except the only person who can make the piano play is none other than Kai. Kai just has the magical touch, so there's a little bit of magical aspect to this piano that literally makes it play whenever Kai plays it as a little boy. I actually found out that the piano was once the piano of his school teacher. Yes, and his school teacher used to be at one point a very famous pianist. Named in, I am so bad with names, I'm gonna get this name wrong. Sasuke? Sasuke? Sasuke, yes, you know what? I'm gonna call this guy Sasuke. That's right. This is how you say his real name. I don't know how to say it. But moving on. So Sasuke here was a famous pianist, and you know, after he had an accident and after he had a car accident, he no longer could play the way he used to, so he became a school teacher and forgot about all of his fame until he saw Kai being the best player he's ever heard on the magic piano, which was once his piano. So he gets Kai to actually play piano. And then there's this other kid, his friend Shuhei, who is a son of another famous piano who was competition with Sasuke. And Shuhei and Kai become basically rivals, but they become very good friends. And it's really interesting because Shuhei means well. He wants his friend to do well, but he's a rival. And he can't believe that Kai is so much better than him. So I actually, and again, here I go again with the comparisons to Naruto and Sasuke. Sasuke is the better fighter. He's the stronger one. He's the one with a crazy, sad backstory. And yet, when they grow up, Naruto is obviously stronger than him, and that makes Sasuke mad. So that makes Sasuke leave the group and go to Orochimaru. That's the whole thing, right? That's basically what happens in this. Why do I compare everything to Naruto? I end up comparing everything to Naruto. I can even compare Force the Pianos to Naruto. That is fantastic. That's fantastic. But moving on. So Kai eventually finds his love for playing the piano, and after he starts learning from the master Sasuke, he starts being able to play the magic piano. He has to find his own sound. He has to find his music, his version of the piano in the forest. That's what he has to play. He wants to become a famous, popular pianist. But of course, he has many competitions. He goes through his life finding many friends, and eventually, yes, does become one of Japan's greatest pianists in a great piano competition. Now I can compare to Dragon Ball Z of all things. Oh boy. So my favorite character of this show was obviously Shuhei. I really enjoyed his rivalry with Kai. I really enjoyed that, and learning more about how he feels about Kai's music was really interesting, and that eventually makes him to create his own music. And of course, the rivalry makes both of them better. They better themselves through their rivalry, and eventually, while yes, Shuhei at a time hated Kai, you know, like thought he was the worst thing to happen in his life, they do eventually, just like when they were really little kids, start to become friends again. Shuhei understands while there is always going to be someone better than him, he can at least, instead of trying to copy the best or trying to be the best, he can be the best he can be and just play his best music. And Kai can, of course, play his best music. I enjoyed the rivalry between these two characters. Just like, yeah, Goku and Vegeta, Sasuke and Naruto, Black Clover, Asta and Uno from Black Clover, you know. It's funny that I can compare this to a lot of other anime, but I absolutely enjoyed Forest of Pianos. I thought it was one of the best animes I have ever seen in a while in terms of its story, and it had great, beautiful music. Let me know your thoughts about this anime down in the comments below. I highly recommend it if you haven't seen it. Thank you guys for watching, and I am out. Bye.